sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Today, we reach Week 15, and we've got a good matchup in store between the Los Angeles Rams and the Dallas Cowboys. Two men ready to do battle. It's time to dance. And we are underway from AT&T Stadium. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left.
32.
They'll begin on the ground with Akers. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level, and sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip, and I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. The slot man in motion right. From the 29, Stafford. Throw left side, complete to Kupp. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. That reception, his 600th NFL catch. Congratulations, quite the accomplishment. But just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1.
Hey. Libra. 22.
Stafford. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Well, forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
Now a first down throw, Stafford. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Micah Parsons, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21.
50. Give me radar. Hey, Libra. Here we go.
To throw is Stafford. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 30. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Stafford going to give this to Akers. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's what you would consider a goal for each and every defense, because if you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team because you expect your offense to score more than that. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course, but I'd have to say a very solid performance.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Stafford on 3rd down. Man open, it's Kupp. He's got it. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down, and this has been a great opening drive. You know, at this point, they'd hate to settle for 3, but they've created a fresh set of downs and a 1st and goal.
Akers is into the end zone. Touchdown, L.A. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games and another good start to this one out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you, along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
Wishing he had a mulligan. That's not how you want to start the game.
Not at all, because not only do you give up the penalty and good field position, but it just kills the momentum of your team as you start a game.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Up the middle, here's Elliott. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Again, it's Elliott. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. The Cowboys at 9-4 now on the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Now Prescott. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big third down pickup to keep their drive alive.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Here we go, 46. 26.
They'll try the right side with Elliott. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Cowboy first down. They go to Elliott again. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Coming up on 2nd and 7. Play action now. Prescott. This is caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
1st and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. Elliott. He is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense. I think in the future, if you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
To the right side and complete to Hurst. Touchdown! Hayden Hurst. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from evening this one up. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent offer a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
A gain of 39 that time.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
They'll run on first down with Akers. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. It's a gain of 11 and a first down L.A. So they go pass, now they go run, and 2 plays resulting in really nice pickups.
Certainly sounds like a 50-50 deal, doesn't it? Sounds like great balance. Well, you know what all those coaches have told us over the years, Brandon, that balance is? It means doing what you want to when you want to. That play calling is working very well for them right now.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Stafford. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. The fumble on first down now. Here's second down. They'll run out of the gun with Akers. And he'll take this one down to the 36. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. And Ingram hauls it in. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 20-yard line. A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the first down.
And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Going right back to Akers. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive.
59! Double right!
Stafford now to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And the Rams are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Here's Stafford. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. Stafford throwing quickly, complete out wide. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
This Cowboy defense trying to hold him out of the end zone. They've run it to 3rd and goal. The final shot before the break. Stafford. Touchdown, Rams. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Rams have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. Right after the touchdown to extend their lead, now maybe opening the door a little bit there by allowing starting field position at the 40. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. Final play of the half. Prescott. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. So we've come to halftime. It's the visiting Rams taking the lead to the break. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. Takes it at the 7. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. But, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Inside give to Elliott. Oh, look at the juke. And some room to run now. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 59 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set. 5th defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Eluding the pressure right. Open man, right side, it's Lamb. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the 1st. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Gets it out quickly here to the left flat. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down. And the Rams are going to take possession of the turnover on downs. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
This offense set to begin the 3rd quarter, and Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
A give up the middle to Akers. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing is Stafford. That's out to the flat for Akers. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Now Stafford. He'll connect on the out route with Ingram. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a 1st down.
Now that's absolutely frustrating for a defender. Had a chance to get him on the ground before he got to the sideline, but what great vision and understanding where he is on the field as he headed for the marker and picked up the 1st down.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the 2nd half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Quick toss out right, and he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
So the lead grows here incrementally, but I think the way their defense is playing, you feel okay with just getting 3.
They've definitely been stout so far, but now that could all change because if one guy gets loose for 70 yards, this is a different game. But as it stands, field goals are good. Just keep adding to that lead.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Prescott. Able to hit his target, Lamb. And some space here. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. A huge play there on the screen pass. 45 yards. We're off to the fourth quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Off the play fake, Prescott. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. He got 29 yards that time.
That last throw moves him past 27,989 yards for his career, so that means he moves ahead of the blonde bomber, Terry Bradshaw, on the all-time list.
And boy, he loved to throw it downfield, didn't he? That's why he was the blonde bomber. Remember, he threw it downfield to John Stallworth and Lynn Swann. It was gorgeous. Big throws, big plays. Terry Bradshaw.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal.
Again, it's Elliott. And he will again run into a wall as he is stopped at the 4-yard line.
No gain on the play there, and they're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal.
Sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half. You're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
And not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
And that is incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10. Off the option, here's Akers. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Stafford. That'll be caught. It's Kupp. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
The tight end in motion right. They'll go with Akers here up the middle. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
8 yards to go on second down.
Easy.
Now it's Stafford. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. DeMarcus Lawrence. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
So now Stafford and the Rams, after the sack, well, they're staring up at a 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Completes it to Evan Ingram. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 34-yard line. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line.
Hey! 20! Like 54!
On 2nd and 12, Stafford flushed out right. He went backwards there 8 yards, and it brings up 3rd down. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
From the shotgun, here's a give to Akers.
And he'll be brought down at about the 42. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here comes the Rams punter now, as he should be able to put him back deep here with his first punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away.
The Cowboys make over 1st down again at their own 20-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material.
65 yards rushing for him now to this point.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Outright, he finds Tolbert.
The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game.
They gave him the option there on 3rd and short, run or pass, you choose. And he decided to fling it out to the perimeter, and that was the right call as they pick up the first down.
Prescott. He'll get this out wide here to Elliott. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
That'll go for a gain of 7. And now we've got a 3rd and 3.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
It's caught. Tolbert. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 29-yard line.
This one came right down to the wire, and CD, they had that one final chance to try to navigate their way into the end zone, but couldn't get it done to avoid the loss.
Yeah, and how about the defense there? Because while they had one final look at the end zone, the defense made sure they knew what they were doing on the last play, executed it flawlessly, and no flags. Because remember, if there's a defensive penalty, there's one play left in the game that the offense gets. They didn't allow that to happen.
So for Los Angeles.